Good afternoon all. Next topic of the fluid mechanics unit number first is thermodynamic properties. Fluid consists of liquid and gases, but gases are compressible fluid and hence thermodynamic property plays an important role in the uh, fluid mechanics only in terms of gases. With the change of pressure and temperature, gases goes under large variation in the density. The relationship between absolute pressure, specific volume, absolute temperature of the gas is given by the equation PV is equal to RT, or it may be called as P by RT is equal P by rho is equal to RT, where R will be the gas constant, T will be the temperature, then V will be the volume, P will be the pressure, absolute pressure in terms of Newton per meter square, and rho will be the density of the gas. Thermodynamic property, the value of gas constant is R is equal to 287 joule per kg Kelvin. Then there will be some processes such like that isothermal process and adiabatic process. So what is meant by isothermal process? If the changes in the density occurs at constant temperature, if the changes in the density occurs at the constant temperature, then the process is called as isothermal process, and the relationship between pressure and density is given by P by rho is equal to constant one. So in terms of adiabatic process, the change in the density occurs with no heat exchange to and from the gas. The process is called as adiabatic. If no heat is generated within the gas due to friction, the relationship between pressure and density is given by P by rho power Kelvin, K is equal to constant. So where K is called as the ratio of specific heat of gas at constant pressure and constant volume, and standard value of K is 1.4 for the air, and standard gas is assumed to be air. So what is meant by compressibility and what is meant by bulk modulus? So compressibility is the reciprocal of bulk modulus of the elasticity, K, which is defined as the ratio of compressive stress to volumetric strain. Consider a cylinder fitted with a piston shown in figure. Now see, in this case there will be some figure is considered. It consists of cylinder, and here in one second component will be the piston. With the help of force P here, we have to compress the gas available in the cylinder. Okay, so V will be the volume of the gas available in the cylinder, and dV will be the change in the pressure. So let capital V will be the volume of gas enclosed in the cylinder, small p the pressure of the gas when volume is V. Let the pressure is increased to P plus dP. With the help of piston and force P, pressure is increased from P to P plus dP. The volume of gas decreases from D to dV minus dV. Okay, then the increasing pressure is denoted by dP, and decrease in volume will be dV. Volumetric strain will be the minus dV by V. Minus sign denotes the with increasing pressure volume is decreases. So here it is mentioned that the negative sign means the volume of the volume decreases with increasing pressure. So bulk modulus will be denoted by capital K, and it is the ratio of increase of pressure to the volumetric strain. Then mathematically it will be written as dP by minus dV by V is equal to minus dP by dV into V. Okay, so compressibility is given by 1 by K. Compressibility means it is the reciprocal of bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is denoted by capital K. So next property of the fluid is surface tension. So what is meant by here surface tension? Surface tension is defined as the tensile force acting on the surface of the liquid in contact with gas, or on the surface between two immiscible liquids, such that the contact surface behaves like a membrane under tension. Okay, surface tension is created due to unbalanced cohesive forces acting on the liquid molecules at the liquid fluid surface. See carefully, surface tension is created due to unbalanced cohesive forces acting on liquid molecules at the fluid surface. Molecules in the interior of the fluid mass are surrounded by the molecules that are attracted towards each other. However, molecules along a surface are subjected to the net force towards the interior. So here one diagram is given. Our cylinder is given. There are two molecules, molecule A and molecule B. The first molecules will be placed on the surface of the fluid and second one will be inside the liquid. So tensile force may be considered to be acting in the plane of the surface along any line in the surface. The intensity of the molecular attraction per unit length along any line in the surface is called as surface tension, and surface tension is denoted by the Greek letter, that is sigma. So there are some small derivation for the surface tension. So it will be surface tension on the liquid droplet and the bubble. So consider here half liquid droplet is given, here half bubble is given. Okay, some forces are here mentioned. So consider a small spherical droplet of liquid having radius capital R. On the entire surface of the droplet, the tensile forces due to surface tension will be acting. This black arrow will be shows that the surface tension will be acting around the surface along the boundaries. Okay, so let sigma be the surface tension of the liquid. Delta P means pressure intensity inside the liquid droplet in excess of outside pressure intensity. R will be the radius of droplet. Let the droplet is cut into two holes. आता आपण काय केलं, liquid will be liquid molecule जो consider केला है, that will be cut into two holes. Okay, so the part A will be half of the droplet, part B will be the remaining part of the droplet. Okay, see, if the tensile force due to surface tension acting around the circumference of the cut portion as shown and this is equal to, आता हा काय केला, लिक्विड ड्रॉपलेटच्या सरफेस सर्कम्फरन्स जो आहे याच्यावर तो सरफेस टेन्शनचा फोर्स ॲक्ट करत आहे. इज इट राईट? तर आता सिग्मा मल्टिप्लाइड बाय सर्कम्फरन्स. सो व्हॉट इज मीन बाय सर्कम्फरन्स ऑफ द सर्कल? इट इज द ट्वाइस पाय आर. सो व्हॉट विल बी द इज द टेन्साइल फोर्स? सिग्मा इंटू ट्वाइस पाय आर. देन वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द प्रेशर फोर्स. तो प्रेशर फोर्स ऑन द एरिया, आता आपला लिक्विडचा एरिया आहे पाय बाय 4 डी स्क्वेअर. सो इट प्रेशर फोर्स फाइंड आउट करायचं काय, प्रेशर चेंज इन प्रेशर काय, डेल्टा पी मल्टिप्लाइड बाय पाय आर स्क्वेअर. ओके, as shown in figure. These are the two forces. These two forces will be equal and opposite to each other under equilibrium condition. Then we have to equate the forces. आता बघा इथे इक्वेट केलेलं आहे, ट्वाइस पाय आर इंटू सिग्मा एस इज इक्वल टू पाय आर स्क्वेअर इंटू डेल्टा पी फॉर द ड्रॉपलेट. आता ड्रॉपलेट झाल्यानंतर डेल्टा पी मीन्स काय, चेंज इन द प्रेशर. सो प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू pressure inside minus pressure outside. So Pi minus Po. So is equal to काय येईल after solving this numerical. So after solving this equation, what will be equation we get? Twice sigma s upon r. So in case of बबल मध्ये काय झालं, लिक्विड ड्रॉपलेट हा मधातून हॉलो नसतो. इज इट राईट? आता बबल मध्ये काय, बबल हा आउटसाइडलाही गॅसेस असतील आणि इनसाइडमध्ये गॅसेस असतील. सो आतून काय झाला, हॉलो बबल झाला. So what will be the equation for surface tension? It is change in pressure is equal to, change in pressure for bubble is equal to force sigma s by r. These are the some equations will be useful in the surface tension. Okay, a hollow bubble like a soap bubble in air has two surfaces in contact with air, one inside and other is outside. Thus two surfaces are subjected to surface tension. Okay, now some numericals are given here. So what will be the statement of this numerical here? Find the surface tension in the soap bubble of 40 mm diameter when the inside pressure is 2.5 Newton per meter square and above atmospheric pressure. So write down first of all the given data available in the numerical. So what is given here? The diameter of the bubble, काय दिलेला आहे आपल्याला, diameter of the bubble 40 mm. Okay, 40 mm. So we have to convert this mm into meter. So 40 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. Okay, the pressure is excess of outside. The outside pressure दिलेला आहे काय दिलं आहे, P इज इक्वल टू 2.5 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वेअर. सो फॉर सोप बबल युझिंग, सोप बबलचं इक्वेशन काय आहे, सोप बबलचं इक्वेशन काय आहे, इट विल बी डबल. ओके, सो P इज इक्वल टू 8 सिग्मा बाय D. ॲक्च्युली काय आहे, सोप बबलमध्ये इनसाइडला गॅस आहे, आउटसाइडला गॅस आहे, सरफेस टेन्शन हा इनसाइड आउटसाइड दोन्ही साईडला येईल. इट विल बी डबल कम्पेअर्ड टू द liquid bubble. So P is equal to 8 sigma by D. So what if put the value of P, 8 will be constant, sigma we have to find out and put the value of D. From that we will get the value of sigma, that is 0.125 Newton meter. Okay. Now see what is the statement of next numerical here. The pressure outside the droplet of water of diameter 0.4 mm is 10.32 Newton per centimeter square. So convert this centimeter into meter at atmospheric pressure. Calculate the pressure within the droplet if surface tension is given as 0.0725 Newton meter of water. Okay, so what will be here given, diameter of droplet किती दिलेला आहे, 0.04 mm. So we have to convert this mm into meter. First target. Okay, second step will be there, pressure outside the droplet. Pressure किती दिलेला आहे, 10.32 Newton per centimeter square. So we have to convert it into Newton per meter square. So we have to convert it. So 10.32 into 10 raised to power 4 Newton per meter square. So surface tension is also given, sigma is equal to 0.0725 Newton per mm. So now we have to calculate the pressure within the droplet of water. So काय झालं, pressure inside the droplet of water in excess of outside pressure is given by, काय formula for droplet, P is equal to 4 sigma by D. So P we have to unknown, 4 will be constant, sigma ची value माहिती आहे, D ची value माहिती आहे. Okay, from that we will get the value of P, that is nothing but the 7250 Newton per meter square. If you wish, we have to convert, actually our pressure is outside pressure is given in terms of Newton per centimeter square. If you wish, we have to convert this meter square into centimeter square also. Okay, so pressure inside the droplet is equal to pressure P plus pressure outside the droplet. So pressure आपण find out केलं 0.725 plus inside outside pressure at 10.32. From that we will get the pressure inside the droplet, that is nothing but the 11.045 Newton per centimeter square. Is it right? Now our next topic is capillarity. So what is meant by capillarity here? Capillarity is defined as the phenomena of rise or fall of the liquid surface in a small tube relative to the adjacent general level of liquid when the liquid is held vertically in the when the tube is held vertically in the liquid. Once again I am going to repeat the definition. Capillarity is defined as the phenomena of rise and fall of a liquid surface in a small tube relative to the adjacent general level of liquid when the tube is held vertically in the liquid. The rise of liquid is known as capillary rise and fall of liquid is called as capillary depression or fall of capillary fall. Okay, the attraction means adhesion. Okay, the concept attraction is nothing but adhesion between walls of the tube and the liquid molecule is strong enough to overcome the mutual attraction, means cohesion of the molecules, and pull them up the wall. Hence the liquid is said to be wet the solid surface. It is expressed in terms of centimeter or in terms of mm or in terms of meter of the liquid. Its value depend upon the specific weight of the liquid, diameter of the tube and surface tension of the liquid. So we will see the expression for the capillary rise. Okay, see one diagram is here given. So this will be this container contains liquid, one tube is vertically held, glass tube is held in vertically. Okay, so what will be here theoretical background for this diagram. So consider a glass tube of small diameter D, open at both ends and inserted in a liquid, say water, in vertical position. Is it right? So H here, H is given. H is nothing but the height of the liquid level from the liquid surface. Is it right? Then sigma will be surface tensile force. Okay, the liquid will be rise in the tube above the level of liquid. Let H be the height of liquid in the tube. Under the state of equilibrium, weight of the liquid of height H is balanced by the force at the surface of the liquid in the tube, but the force at the surface of the liquid in the tube is due to surface tension, so it is called as surface tension force. Okay, so let sigma be the surface tension of the liquid, theta be the angle of contact between liquid and the glass tube, the weight of the liquid of height h in the tube. How we can going to calculate this weight of the liquid of height h in the tube? So it will be the area of the tube multiplied h, nothing but it is the volume of the liquid available in the tube multiplied by density of the liquid multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. So what is the area of tube? Area of tube is circular, so it will be pi by 4 d square multiplied by height of liquid level is h multiplied by density multiplied by acceleration due to gravity means g. Okay, where rho will be the density of liquid, the vertical component of the surface tensile force. आता काय करावं लागेल? Here sigma will be the inclined one, so we have to find out the vertical component of this sigma. So from that sigma into circumference, आता टेन्साइल फोर्स फाइंड आउट करतो आहे. सिग्मा इंटू सर्कमफरन्स, कारण हा कसा होईल पूर्ण सर्कमफरन्स वर ऍक्ट करणार आहे. तो सिग्मा इंटू सर्कमफरन्स ऑफ अ सर्कल मल्टिप्लाइड बाय कॉस ऑफ थीटा. सिग्मा इंटू सर्कमफरन्स ऑफ सर्कल इज पाय डी इंटू कॉस ऑफ थीटा. सो फॉर इक्विलिब्रियम दोन्ही गोष्टी काय करावं लागतील आपल्याला, इक्वेट करावं लागतील. दिस वेट ऑफ द लिक्विड अँड द हियर सरफेस टेन्साइल फोर्स. So pi by 4 d square into h into rho into g is equal to rho into pi d into cos theta. Some common terms will get deducted or it may be cancelled. Then from that we will get the value of h. H will be the nothing but 4 sigma cos of theta upon rho g d. That will be the expression for capillary rise. So this is the standard value. Okay, h is equal to sigma 4 sigma by rho g d if theta is very small. The value of theta between water and the glass tube is approximately equal to 0. Hence cos theta is equal to unity and the rise of water is given by h is equal to rho 4 sigma rho g d upon rho g d. Okay, the contact angle depends on the both liquid and the solid. If theta is less than 90 degree, the liquid is said to be wet the solid. However, theta is greater than 90, liquid is repelled by the solid and tries not to wet it. Okay. Then we will see the expression for capillary fall. If the glass tube is dipped in mercury, the level of mercury in the tube will be lower than the general level of the outside liquid shown in above. Now see, in capillarized we will taken the liquid as water. Okay, in capillary fall we will taken as the mercury. When we insert a vertical tube in the mercury, then the level will be fall in the mercury. Okay, so let h be the height of depression in the tube. Okay, again theta will be the angle of contact, P will be the pressure, H will be the height, the sigma will be the surface tension force. Then in equilibrium, two forces acting on the mercury inside the tube. First one is due to surface tension acting on the downward direction and is equal to sigma pi d into cos of theta. That we already calculated in the capillarized equation. Second force is due to hydrostatic force acting upward and is equal to the intensity of pressure at the depth. So how we can find out the intensity? Intensity height will be the h into area of the tube. So for equilibrium we have to equate the equation. So what will be here? Surface tension for P into pi by 4 d square is equal to rho g into h into pi by 4 d square. So P is equal to rho g h. Here P we have to take as rho g h. So equating two equation will get h is equal to 4 sigma cos of theta divided by rho g d. Again h will be the height of depression, sigma will be the surface tension force, theta will be the angle of contact between tube and the fluid, rho will be the density of mercury, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and d is the diameter of the tube. But here the value of theta for mercury and the glass tube is 128 degree. It is constant one. If it is not available in the numerical, so we have to assume it as a 128 degree. Is it right? So again, see, expression for capillary rise and capillary fall is their 4 sigma cos of theta upon rho GD, but their theta value is very small, then we have to neglect. So what will be equation for capillary rise? H is equal to 4 sigma by rho GD, and in terms of capillary fall, angle is somewhat bigger than the as compared to capillary rise. Then here theta is taken as 128 degree as a constant one, so that equation will be the 4 sigma cos of theta upon rho GD. Then we have to see some numericals on the capillary rise and capillary fall. See the statement of this numerical here. Calculate the capillary rise in the glass tube of 2.5 mm diameter when immersed vertically in water, and second case is mercury. Take the surface tension is 0.0725 Newton per mm for water, and sigma is equal to 0.52 Newton per meter for mercury in contact with air. The specific gravity for mercury is given as 13.6 and the angle of contact is equal to 130 degree. So here write down the given data available in the numerical first of all. So diameter of tube is given, that is nothing but 2.5 mm. So convert this mm into meter here. 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. So surface tension for water is given 0.0725 Newton per mm. Surface tension for mercury is also given, that is nothing but the sigma is equal to 0.52 Newton per mm. Specific gravity for mercury is 13.6. It is also available in the numerical, and angle of contact is 130 degrees. So in this case we are not able to consider the angle of contact as 128 degree, because in this numerical it is given that angle of contact should be taken as 130 degree. So as specific gravity of mercury is given here, so from that we are in condition to find out the density of this mercury. So 13.6 multiplied by 1000 is as per the density of water. Okay, so 13.6 into 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, so first of all find out the capillary rise for water, that is theta is equal to 0. So what will be here equation? Sigma H is equal to 4 sigma by rho GD. H we have to find out. 4 will be constant one. Sigma value is given as 0.0725. Rho 1000 as is constant for water, multiplied by G is also constant 9.81, multiplied by D is given here 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So from that we will get the capillary rise is nothing but a 0.0118 meter, or in terms of centimeter it will be written 1.18. Okay, so second case for mercury, angle of contact between mercury and glass tube is theta is equal to 130 degrees. So consider the equation here. H is equal to 4 sigma cos of theta upon rho GD. So again he put up the given values in the equation. 4 is the constant one. Sigma will be 0.52 multiplied by cos of 130 degree divided by rho is given 13.6 into 1000 multiplied by G is constant one 9.81 into diameter of tube is also given 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3. From that we will get the capillary rise, capillary depression or capillary fall is nothing but the minus 0.4 centimeter. Negative sign indicates that capillary depression. Sign negative, as the negative sign denotes it is the capillary depression, or it may be called as capillary fall. Then move for the second numerical here. Find out the minimum size of glass tube that can be used to measure the water level if the capillary rise in the tube is to be restricted to 2 mm. Consider the surface tension of water in contact with air as 0.073575 Newton per meter. So first of all write down the given data available in the numerical. So capillary rise is here mentioned. H is equal to 2.0 mm. So convert this mm into meter, that is nothing but 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. Surface tension is also given 0.073575 Newton per meter. Okay, let the diameter of tube will be d, that we have to find out here. The angle of contact for water is 0. Density of water is also constant 1. Rho is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, so what will be statement for capillarize? H is equal to 4 sigma by rho gd. ज्या ज्या व्हॅल्यू दिलेल्या आहे त्या व्हॅल्यू आपण पुटअप करायच्या. अननोन व्हॅल्यू एकच राहील, दॅट विल बी द डायमीटर ऑफ द ट्यूब d. From that, after solving this equation, we will get the value of d, that is nothing but a 0.015 meter, or it may be called as, or it may be says as 1.5 centimeter. Thus, the minimum diameter of tube should be 1.5 centimeter. Okay, the other part will be taken in the next lecture. Thank you so much.